After an assessment and its questions have been created in the Tests and Quizzes tool in Sakai, the next step is to configure assessment settings. To do so, locate the draft copy in the Assessments table. To filter the table to display only drafts, click the View drop-down and select Drafts. Then, click the Actions drop-down for the assessment and select Settings. Numerous settings and options are available. We'll go through the most typical settings and provide guidance to avoid common problems. In the About this Assessment section, general settings can be configured. To change the name of the assessment, edit the title field. To display introductory text to students before they take the assessment, edit the description field. In the Availability and Submissions section, student access for the assessment can be configured. To set the dates that the assessment is available and due, click the text field or the calendar icon, select a date from the calendar, and use the plus and minus buttons at the bottom to adjust the time window. To limit the time students are given to complete an assessment, check the option Set a Time Limit. Then, use the Time drop-down menu to set the length of time students are allowed. When students take a test with a time limit, they will see a countdown timer at the top of the assessment. By default, late submissions are accepted indefinitely. To limit late submissions, click the text field or the calendar next to Yes Until, and select a date and time. To disable late submissions, select the option No, Not After Due Date. In the Exceptions to the Time Limit and Delivery Date section, allowances can be granted for individual students. In the Grading and Feedback section, grading settings can be configured. To generate a gradebook item for this assessment, check the option Send Assessment Score to Gradebook Immediately. However, if the assessment includes any questions that need to be manually graded, we recommend disabling this option for the draft copy. Then, after grading is complete, this setting can be enabled in the published copy. Feedback settings include the option to provide feedback on submission. However, this option is only recommended for low-stakes or formative assessments that have auto-graded questions, such as multiple choice. If an assessment counts significantly toward the final course grade, or if it requires any manual grading, such as for essay response questions, we recommend selecting the option Feedback will be displayed to the student on a specific date. Then, set the release date far enough ahead to give yourself time to grade. If feedback is released too early before manual grading can be completed, the score will only reflect auto-graded questions and will therefore be significantly low. This can be confusing and alarming for students. In the Layout and Appearance section, question navigation and display settings can be configured. For high-stakes assessments, we recommend the question layout option, each question is on a separate page. When questions are placed on separate pages, student work is saved more frequently, which may prevent a loss of work from sudden technical disruption. When finished configuring the settings, click the Save button. Or, if ready to move on to the publishing step, click Save Settings and Publish. After the settings have been configured, the final step is to publish the assessment. To do so, locate the draft copy in the Assessments table and click its Actions drop-down. To see how the assessment will appear to students, select Preview. Otherwise, select Publish. Next, review the settings for the assessment and click the Publish button. When an assessment is published, a new published copy of it will be created and added to the Assessments table. The draft copy of the assessment will be retained. In the Status column, the published copy will be marked as active after the available date and before the due date. The Submitted column displays the number of students who've taken the assessment. To view and grade submitted assessments, click this number. We recommend maintaining draft copies because drafts can be imported into future course sites, unlike published assessments. If a draft is deleted, it can be restored in the Trash tab. More information about the Tests and Quizzes tool can be found in our other videos or by visiting the PLU Knowledge Base.